clap on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Did you mean after?
I meant after 3.
Okay.
What do you mean after? How long after 3?
You're right. Sorry. Let's 1, 2, clap is what we'll do. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2. How's that? That's like clapping after 3, except it's just clapping after 2.
Kinda dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, excitable grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Wait. Did you mean DJ Erin? Hi.
Why did your audio cut off for all of the air horning?
It did?
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely in the track. Maybe. Why did that happen? You both look genuinely shocked. I was like, that's not an air horn. That's all me, baby. Hi, Ben.
I heard that. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Maybe my internet cut out. You know, I'm on Google Meets all day long. No trouble. And then I get in here to record podcasts. It's like, your internet. Maybe it's like a prime time thing.
Maybe it's like a prime time.
For internet.
Maybe it's like a prime time.
It's like a prime time.
I am so sleepy, y'all.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I just woke up from a nap
Why?
like a half hour ago.
Are you sick?
Fuck no.
Are you napping?
Are you sleeping now? So, are you tired because you have a headache and you won't take anything for it? Is that it?
No, I'm just sleepy.
Maybe it's like a prime time.
Maybe it's like a prime time.
What? Oh yeah, maybe it's like a prime time thing.
We just made that joke.
Yeah, if you're missing that callback, this is going to be a rough one.
Yeah, maybe we should reschedule to Friday.
No, everything's fine, and I'm fine.
Great.
And
all right, fantastic.
Fine.
That's good. You're convincing me more deeply the more you say that.
Good. So anyway, how was everyone's week?
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So good.
So loving being in Wednesday.
It's Wednesday right now.
Loving that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have a long weekend, Erin? You did. Did you have a long weekend?
No, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I did too.
You get President's Day off. You guys get President's Day off. That's a load of hockey.
Wow, Ben.
Ben, I don't like that.
That was so
Sorry,
many.
it was more than I thought.
It's like a throw up noise.
It was actually a burp.
It was like cat throw up
Fucker.
noise.
I said it was like a throw up noise.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like you shut up.
That reminds me. That's how I woke up this morning. Was to Squeaks making a throw up noise on my bed.
Oh no!
Half hour before my alarm was supposed to go.
It's a beautiful thing because then you're awake.
That's really fucked up. That was really fucked up of her. I didn't appreciate it.
What was your question though?
Yeah, someone asked me a question, didn't they?
Yeah.
What was my question?
Oh, why do you fuckers get President's Day off?
Oh, I get like every holiday that
known to
you
man.
get off when you were in school because I work at a school. So I get a lot of holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my parents were here on Monday, and that was really fun. We played Nerds and hung out and stuff. And also, our kittens absolutely disappeared. They did not wish to be perceived by any new people at all. I felt really guilty. Dad got.
Why did you feel guilty? It's an interesting reaction.
Well, I warned them that it might happen because the cats have traditionally been shy around any new people, and but also like I knew that was part of the reason. Dad kept saying, "No, we came to see you," but like I felt like they also came to see the cats, and then. And then
guilty would be an appropriate reaction if you hid the cat.
Yeah,
you told them you didn't.
I didn't hide the cats. In fact, Dad did get to pet Moose when she was up on her tower where it showed you she was before. But then when she kind of like woke up enough to realize that she didn't know him, she like went and hid in a closet for. I mean, they both were hiding until hours after my parents left. Like they did not like it. So I don't know how that's going to be for you, Ben, when you're here watching them while we're in Savannah.
That's fun.
It's
we don't have to do this now. This is a good podcast. We can talk about it later. Just realizing we're not just casually chatting.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later, but
yeah.
It's over.
It's not prime time.
Yeah. That's not prime.
Question: are your parents listening to this program anymore? Because we have asked them twice to write in about the curling situation. They could call, they could text, they could email, and yet nothing. So I call into question whether they listen to this program anymore.
Yeah, sometimes they get behind. I did ask if they had listened to the most recent one when they were here, because I don't like to make people feel like they have to keep listening, but also I don't like to repeat myself if they already would have heard a story that I said on the podcast. And he did say that they had not listened to the latest one, so I think they may have fallen behind. So if you would like to shame them for that in Slack, you're welcome to.
I'll shame them here, and then they can respond when they hear it, and then I'll know just how deeply they've fallen behind.
Okay, sounds good.
If I hear from them in a year, okay, I want this.
Consider yourselves shamed.
I want the listeners to know Erin is making a very, oh shoot, I had the word and then I lost it. It's just
bitchy face. Like
what?
A bitch face?
A bitch kind face? Of a bitch face, yeah. But I had a good word for it, but I forgot. Yeah, but it was just a very squinchy, like judgmental.
Is that the word?
No. None of these are the word, sadly. It's a good face. And
thanks.
You can really tell that she means it.
Yeah. I hope my face came across in my tone.
Yeah, I think it did. It did. I guess we'll find out.
What's been drinking, I think.
Yeah, what's been drinking?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, what's been drinking?
Water. What do you fucking think? And what out of? A pickle jar.
Pickle jar. Hashtag pickle jar.
Oh my god, I was fucking...
Water out of a pickle jar.
I was playing video games with my friends the other night. And
You have friends?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Between every game, during each game, we were playing League of Legends. During each game, I drank an entire pickle jar of water. And I had to pee after every single game, and I refilled the pickle jar, not with my pee.
Did you get up to pee and say, one in, one out?
I mean, basically, and they were like the longest pees of my life. And I think I was high too, and I feel like I had the munchies, but for water. Like I just really wanted to drink more water, and like each time I was like, I'm not that thirsty, but another pickle jar of water would feel great right now. And I drank another one.
That's amazing. Were they virtual or in person?
What? The pickle
waters.
jars?
What do you mean, what?
You mean the video games? They're virtual. That's not really a game you have people over to play.
Friends.
No, it was
A
online.
game
Friends.
That's
was
not really a
online.
game pewter.
It's a game you
League
play
of
on the
Legends.
computer, so you don't really have people
Oh, okay.
over to play it.
Yeah, nobody
Well,
has
you
LAN
could.
parties anymore.
You could,
Yeah, but it would be
Could you not?
Because we all play on desktops, and we'd have to
but
bring them
you
over.
could.
Yeah, you could.
But you could.
Technically, yes.
I don't know. Something about the clapping at the beginning has really put me in the mood for clapping. I feel like I've really clapped a lot this episode. I got primed up for clapping.
Prime time.
Nice.
It's a prime time thing.
It's a prime time thing.
Prime time. Let us know how you like the clapping.
Yeah, let us know.
Right in. Leave us a voicemail. Hannah, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking water out of a
Drink and receptacle, please.
Whoa,
a plastic.
Okay, time out.
is
I know
that?
that
Is
is
that a
an
measuring
immersion
cup?
blender cup.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
like it's an immersion blender vessel.
Yeah, it is. But it's like it's big and it's easy to hold, and I
How
like
many ounces do you have left?
Oh,
in there?
good question.
Because you can tell. Is
That's
Right in there.
milliliters. Hold on.
how many milliliters? I'll take any measurement.
No, it has ounces too. I have nine ounces left. Yeah. So
Is that a lot?
Isn't
I
that
actually
great to
don't know.
I got this for Christmas from my work because it's an immersion blender we sell at my company. Fun fact.
Fun. That's so fun.
I wish it was fuller actually, but that's fine. I'll live. Erin, what are you drinking?
Got ice water. I've got the end of a seltzer, and I've got a chocolate malt little mini milkshake.
Oh, nice.
Don't mind if I do.
Wow.
I love a malt milkshake.
That's
I know, same.
Where did it come? You made it?
Is this virtual or in person?
It's chocolate malt custard from Good Berries, which is a local custard shop.
That
and
you
then
used to work at?
That I used to work at, and then I mixed that with milk.
Oh.
Are they local to North Carolina?
Yeah. They used to
Wow.
just have them in North Carolina and then one in Australia. But I think they now
What?
are just
Seriously?
Yeah. Maybe there's some in South Carolina, but I think it's just North Carolina.
And Australia.
And there used to be one in Australia.
Wow. That's so weird.
Wow, it's
And
like
it's very tasty.
the triangle.
I have upfronts. I have two important
Well, when I
upfronts.
worked there, when I worked there, the owner would come in all the time. She was not nice. Okay, sorry, Hannah, what are your important upfronts?
Was she Australian though?
No.
Okay.
The
So
fuck
that's
did they
still a
get one in
mystery.
Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
We should have her on the podcast.
I loved her.
Cut the part out where she said she wasn't nice.
I'll think about it.
She was not nice. I loved her. No, she wasn't nice, and I didn't like her.
Okay. Important Spindrift Corner update. Do y'all know about the new flavor?
Oh, no.
No. Blood?
Yes. Yeah. It is.
Blood orange?
Tangy.
Yeah, it's blood orange tangerine.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Blood orange what?
Tangerine, I think.
Oh, I thought you said dream. Blood orange dream.
It was closer than I thought I'd be.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, between the two of you, Ben said blood and Erin said tangy. So, like, you basically got it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Is there already a blood orange one, or is it? Wow, I said that weird, huh? I said blood orange.
Blood orange.
No, there is not. There's a mango or orange mango. I think it is. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is there not just? There's not just an orange one either, huh? So they
I don't
only
think
pair the
so.
oranges with other fruits.
They need help.
Yeah.
They need.
They
some
can't
help.
stand alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
No orange on its own.
Okay. So yes, another thing. Ian and I mentioned our manual espresso maker a few weeks ago that we got. We've been buying vanilla gelato like weekly, and every night, most nights for dessert, we have affogatos. We'll like make which is espresso over vanilla gelato, and it's fun because also we have started calling them forgettos, which I really like a lot.
I love that. I love an affogato.
Yeah. So it'll
I
be
love
like
a forgetto.
if I make a forgetto,
what do you call them?
would you want one?
Forgetto. Yeah, I would. Absolutely.
So I didn't have one tonight though.
Why? Are you sick?
No, I'm not sick.
You didn't have your forgetto and you took a nap and your head hurts. We're worried about you.
I'm fine.
Okay. Actually, do you make him decaf?
My head doesn't hurt anymore. So
Hold on,
make-
everyone.
do you
I
make-
have news.
what?
What's up?
Did you know Spindrift is based in Massachusetts?
Yeah,
What?
They're in Newton.
yeah, I did know that.
They're a mere, very close to me. Hold on. They're a mere
They're a mere very
15-minute
close.
drive
They're
from me.
Can you visit?
close.
I mean, it's like their corporate headquarters. So
Yeah,
I guess I could.
I don't think it's like it'd be fun to tour. I mean, their offices look kind of fun. I follow them on social media, and like they look like they're nicely decorated, but they don't look like it's like there's a factory there you could tour or anything. Although I think they do make them in Massachusetts, I think, somewhere.
Have you seen this other new flavor they announced?
What's that?
Tokyo?
What?
Spin
Tokyo
Tokyo Drift. Thank you.
Wow. Wowie.
I have an up front.
What is it?
My slime came.
Your slime, and you love it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's great. It's great, and it smells really good, and it's got a great texture. I got two of them, and they both have different textures. And one of them, I love the texture. It's like a banana cookie kind of smell, and then it's got like I don't know what you call them, like little plastic tube kind of squishy tubes in it, but like a ton in there, which gives it like the most delightful like crunchy texture, and smells really good. And I love that one. And then the other one is also really good. It's got a bunch of plastic dots, and it smells like a pineapple cookie, and it smells really good. And Molly really likes that one, so she got into it too. So I gave her that one.
Aw.
And so, yeah, it's great. I've been like, haven't played with it a ton, but I have had some time to like watch a show and play with my slime.
Love
So,
that.
I'm loving it. I want to get some more.
Yay.
So, having like hyped myself up for it by watching all those YouTube videos, I gotta say it was just as gratifying as I was hoping.
So whatever experience you have watching the slime videos, that's the experience you'll have playing with the slime.
Yes.
So Ben would hate it.
It was like, that, no, I don't want to eat it, but that, like, I want to eat it with my hands. Kind of, it, like, really hits that note that I was, like, feeling that it might. So, Ben's gonna hate this, and I'm sorry, Ben. But I was almost like, the other day I was like wanting a sweet treat, but I was like playing with my slime, like scratch that itch for me. And I know you hate that, Ben.
Wow.
But I don't know how else to describe it, but it was like I was having like a sensory moment with it, and it smells so sweet, and it just feels so, it was great. I liked it.
Nice. Sweet slime
It
as
just
diet aid.
feels so, and I liked it.
Just felt so. I wasn't like, oh, I don't want to have a sweet treat. I'm drinking a chocolate milkshake on a Wednesday, and I probably had one at lunch that day. I'm just like, I was like, oh, I'll just play with my slime, and like, ooh, hit that for me.
Nice. Has Molly found a way to not have it stick to her hands? Because you told us that she was having trouble with that.
I don't know her journey there. I was encouraging her to lotion up, because what I'll do before playing with my slime is I'll wash my hands and then I'll put lotion on. and then I'm good to go. So, you know, I don't think it was like a huge problem. It was just like definitely more sticky than it was on me.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'll have to ask her.
Love it.
Molly, right into the pod.
Molly, please tell us how you dealt with the sticky hands with the slime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I have one more up front, which is I booked my next tattoo today in Savannah.
Woohoo!
While we're there on dates I will not be divulging on air. I'm going to be getting a dandelion tattoo on my knee. And the head of one of the dandelions is going to go around the scar that I got on our first trip to Savannah when I fell on the sidewalk in the middle of the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yes. That is so great.
And it's going to be colorful. I was talking to the tattoo artist, and I had been telling them I wanted a black and white tattoo, but she was like, do you want color? And I said, I do want color, but I don't want it to take, like, you know, too long. And she's like, the dandelion designs that we were kind of talking about, referencing, are so simple that, like, you can have color and it doesn't make it take, like, hours longer. So,
great.
So, and she really likes color too. So, like, we both were really excited that we get to do color, because I was kind of feeling like it was a bit of a sacrifice to not.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Let me ask you a question. I don't remember what date you said, and we're not divulging it on podcast, like we said, so stop asking. But is it towards the beginning or towards the end of the trip? Because I'm wondering if getting it on your knee will impact your general walking aroundness.
It's like smack dab in the middle, but
it's a creamy center.
But I think I really think it'll be fine, because it's such a surface level injury. Like, as long as it's covered, like.
That's kind of what I was wondering, if the covering will be affected by, like, if they're not going to want you walking around.
No.
Covering that.
Well, I don't know what kind of coverings they use, but, like, I think it'll be fine. I think it might be a little bit annoying, but the other thing is it's mostly going to be underneath my knee. So it's not going to be, like, as in motion as if it was. I see. So I think it'll be fine.
Cool. That's great. And really, I mean, when I say walking around, I mean, we walk to, like, the nearest rooftop bar and then go sit and have a drink. So it's not like we're like.
Well, we walk a lot. We walk a lot when we're there.
Walk a lot. We do.
We walk everywhere. But I'm not worried about it.
Well, that's great. I'm not either.
Oh, but I did want to say she's from.
Well, I'm not either.
Great. It turns out she's from Massachusetts. So I was thinking
That's
about
where we're from.
Bringing down.
Did she work at the
Did you mention that?
factory?
Did you mention that?
Did you tell her Spindrift?
Did you tell her we're both from there, and then also Spindrift?
I literally did tell her that you and I, Ben, are both from there, because I was like, oh, my brother lives in this town, and because it's near where she came from. So, I want to bring her something that is, like, Massachusetts themed or, like, New England themed that she might have been missing. I was thinking about maybe trying to bring down Moxie, because while most people don't, I mean, a lot of people, it's like a very polarizing flavor, but it's also, like, impossible to get outside of New England.
Is it really?
Is it? Erin, do you ever see Moxie in the grocery store?
You know, we saw it at Parker and Otis back in the day.
But that's
not
like
in the grocery store. Definitely
store,
not. Yeah, specialty store for sure.
They have, like, fancy or, like, unique candy and stuff too there.
Yeah,
the
they
weird
changed
shit.
locations, and it's not as
They did.
weird
They moved.
anymore. They moved.
They had such a nice spot. They had such a nice spot.
Yeah, they had such a nice spot. I know. It's sad.
So if anybody has ideas of things that someone who is a transplant from New England might enjoy seeing again, let me know.
How about Spindrift?
Spindrift is available nationwide, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's not from nationwide.
But they're, like, from Massachusetts. We just
from Newton, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
A mere close to me.
Literally 15 minutes close to me.
A mere close to Ben.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm very excited about that whole situation.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, let me know, Erin. Erin's not from here.
I am not. I've only visited several times.
But think about it. Yeah, let me know.
I'll think about it.
All right, should we pop in?
Yeah. Hard to believe. We haven't.
All right, baby Ben, what's your obsession?
What is my obsession? Hooey.
That's the age-old question that we seek to answer on this podcast. We're an existential podcast. What is our obsession? Truly.
My obsession,
Stretching.
you know? My obsession is stretching. Love stretching. Love it.
Hannah looks so absurd drinking out of this fucking... If you don't know what an immersion blender cup is, please Google it. That's what Hannah's drinking 9 ounces of water out of. So it's like not... It's like a quarter
Not
full. It's like a quarter full.
One has to assume it was at some point, but not when this podcast started.
How many ounces in an immersion blender cup?
It's as big as my head.
How many ounces?
I'm looking.
This one, it's 20 ounces max to actually use it as a blender cup, but there's headroom above that.
Yeah. But I don't know why I was Googling it, and I could remember the higher cups.
It actually wasn't full when I brought it up because I didn't have enough water in the Brita to fill it.
Oh, isn't that just the worst?
It's just the worst. But
Try to keep that thing full, but it don't stay that way all the time. So
Ben, sorry.
no, it's all good. I don't feel like I have any new obsessions. We've been watching Taskmaster. We've been dealing with cat stuff. That's been a lot still. Taking up a lot of time and brain space. So I suppose that... Oh, wait.
wow, real time
I just remembered
revelation.
something else I actually think should be my obsession instead.
Oh, ooh. I love that one.
Do you want a board game or a video game?
Ooh,
board game?
board video.
What's the thing you just thought of?
The board game.
Yes.
Yeah, I want the board game.
Okay. I think I've talked about a version of this board game before. I have. Or Hannah has, or me? Let me see. Me. I did. On September 30th, 2018, episode 55, regarding Plier email. And the board game is Valeria Card Kingdoms, which is a really, really cool game. It's kind of Dominion-esque. It's instead of a deck building game, it's what's called a tableau-building game, where you same kind of idea where you buy cards using resources and stuff, and you end up building the tableau of cards in front of you. And on everyone's turn, they roll dice, and different cards get activated by different dice rolls, and they do a different thing depending if the number was rolled on your turn or on someone else's turn. And so that's one of the really fun parts of the game is you get to do something every turn, even if it's not your turn. We call it. Have I ever said the phrase "drip drip" to you guys?
No.
Because we call that fucking. Where did it come from originally? It comes from a friend of mine named Joe, who plays WoW with a couple of our other friends, and refers to just the drip of serotonin you get from games and other things is just that drip drip. And
Nice.
So we'll often talk about how Valeria gives you that drip drip. Or if a game isn't as fun, I can't believe I've never shared this with you because we use it all the time. Wingspan, for example, is a board game where I can see that it's a really good game, but every time we play it, I'm like, was that fun? I'm not sure. It's a well designed, cool game, but I'm not sure if it was fun because it doesn't have the drip drip. You know, Valeria's got that drip drip for sure because you do something every single turn. Yeah, it's fun. And they just released the second edition of this game of Valeria through a Kickstarter thing that I did, and our friends Jonathan and Kyle also did, and they did like everything possible you can get in the Kickstarter thing. I just got the base game because we didn't have it. It's really hard to get. It was for a while. Actually, it was funny. We bought it for Hannah and Ian for Christmas, and then it was like at our apartment for a while before we gave it to them. So we just played the one that we got them, and then when we gave it to them, we like couldn't find it anywhere.
We still have it.
Yeah,
Wait,
have it now.
You got it for them for Christmas, and then you opened it, disassembled it, played
I think that's what happened. Is because they came to our apartment in California for Christmas. We opened it and played it, and then I think like they didn't have room for it, so we were gonna like either ship it or bring it back whenever we next went to Massachusetts, and we just like forgot for a while, and also we're still in California for a while after that.
I forgot that you lived in California.
Is that weird?
Oh yeah,
chunk of, and we talked every week during the podcast, so I still forget.
Yeah. So anyway, this is all to say, one of the things that came with the like second edition in the Kickstarter was a new co-op mode called Darksworn, where you're like playing through. It's kind of like Pandemic Legacy. Have either of you fucked with that at all?
Yeah, we have that.
I've heard about it. Yeah,
where it's like decisions you made can actually it's not as like decision based as Pandemic Legacy, at least not so far. But like at the very least, it's a story that continues on, and you like open it up to find new things each time. There's like it's really cute. There's like cards that are like wrapped in a stack to look like a book, and you like open the book to tell the story, and it like gives you your next objective. It's very cool.
Love it.
And they also like very cleverly used a lot of the mechanics of the game. I don't know. They just they did a very good job of making it like sufficiently very like challenging. Like we like were struggling at points to get through we did the first two books of the story this weekend, and but it didn't feel like impossible. Like to be honest, every Pandemic game has felt to me. I like every fucking time I play that. I don't think I've beat that game ever.
What, Pandemic?
It's just really, it's just hard. I also think we apparently when we picked our roles, we picked bad ones the last time we played or some shit. But
I had an experience. Molly and I were playing. The name has just escaped me, but it's a co-op game that is. It's one of those like they're always releasing new items for it. Sorry, I started a story and I'm like no details. But anyway, it was a co-op game, and it was so hard. We played on the easiest mode. We played on like the dead simple mode, and we had to cheat like a couple times for it to feel like it was like any fun. Like that we were getting anywhere. Just like, oh, let's roll again because like we're about to get like demolished, like that sort of thing. Arkham Horror is what it was. And we just wanted to be like so fucking hard.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Who did you?
And
oh, go ahead.
So I was looking for another co-op game that was like not challenging, but not like fucking impossible.
Ben, did we play Pandemic Legacy together, or was that you play with someone else? Okay, I think I played.
I've never played Legacy. I've just played regular Pandemic.
Oh, I think we played it with Matt and Andrea. I think we played one session, and it's very like what are those types of games called? Where your decisions
you rip it up?
Change the game forever, and you rip cards up and stuff.
I think Legacy.
I don't know.
Are they called? They're called Legacy games, huh?
Legacy games, yeah.
So we played one session and then we never played again. But we enjoyed it. It's just like if you're not playing with the same, you have to be playing with exactly the same people in order for it to kind of like make sense, which is a little bit difficult at this stage in life.
So Ben, sorry if I'm cutting ahead, but if we were to get, because our local board game store has Valeria Card Kingdom 2nd Edition, would you recommend getting that and the Darksworn expansion?
Yeah, I would get it.
Okay, like
it's
get both.
Fun.
So does it use the original game?
I need to get it actually.
Is it use the original game, like the cards and stuff in the original game, but then there's like extra missions on top? Is that the deal?
Yes, it uses like the main. I guess what is it called? Like the supply in Dominion, like the 10 cards that you're choosing from. They're called the citizenry in Valeria, and they're all like citizen cards. That core mechanic is exactly the same. Like you buy those, everyone rolls in their turn, and everyone activates. It's called, everyone gets like the harvest phase. That's when you roll and get things based on the numbers in your tableau. That all works exactly the same. There's also monster killing, which is exactly the same. They add a few monsters for different stages of the story that are called like shade monsters and do special stuff. Okay, Boo, go off. He just discovered his mouse toy that he's torn apart again. Oh, it's actually great because he's about to get fed and he's playing right now. That's perfect timing. Good instincts, Boo. Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. It's so cute. He's just hitting random things on the ground. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's basically the same game. There is like one mechanic that's like entirely removed, which is one of like the other ways you usually win the game is with what are they called? Domain cards. I just want to call them Dominion cards. They're called domain cards that you also buy. And they're not in Darksworn at all. They're not used in Darksworn. But instead, there's like, for each chapter of the book, there's like one big bad that you have to like all work together to kill. And it's always really fucking hard. Okay, Boo. Boo's just really making a scene.
He's doing Boo.
Yeah.
Who's doing Boo?
And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted to say about Darksworn. I don't think so. Valeria also, while I'm on the topic of this new Valeria edition, they made some nice quality of life changes. The biggest thing is you end up collecting a lot of resources in Valeria, and in the old version of the game, it was like every gold, for example, was like one little wooden piece. So like every time you got gold, it was like you had like a pile of like little gold pieces in front of you, and like you would sometimes run low on them. And they had like these little tokens for like 10 and 5, which were fine, but it was always a little bit annoying. This time, they now have instead just like everyone has like one board with like a little tracking token on it, and you just like slide the thing around for whatever resource you have. So it's
that's nice.
It's really nice because especially when you're playing with like more than 4 or more people, you would usually have like one person who was closer to the piles of resources that everyone was taking from, and they would kind of like end up being the de facto banker, having to like hand things out to people that couldn't reach, and it was always just kind of a pain. Although I will say having the physical tokens was a little bit more drip. But the convenience is nice. They also released with this version an optional thing that I didn't get and wish I had, which is just like a big mat that has like little rectangles where all of the cards go, and it's like this nice, pretty, solid mat, which I really wish Dominion had. Just like just where everything goes. And it's like regular Valeria on one side and Darksworn on the other side. It's really good. It's a good game and a good expansion, and the second edition was good. And there are actually a lot of other expansions too that introduce like new citizenry, new monsters that we've played a lot. We've played a lot of them because I think Jonathan and Kyle have like all of them. They went all in on Valeria stuff after we played it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
I think I'm going to start out just with Valeria because it's at my local, and then order the other one when we get into it. I think that's the way I want to approach it. It's like,
yeah, it's very fun just by itself without any additions. So
it is.
Cool.
It does have the problem Dominion has, where setup can take a while. It's actually even more setup than Dominion. Which, if it's a good enough game, that's fine. But it is always a little bit annoying.
It's one of our weekend jobs, It's like one person's making the bagels, the other person's setting up Dominion, so, figure it out. We each pick a flavor of Dominion and then set it up.
So cute. You guys are too cute. You have to stop it.
We just like having brunch and playing board games.
So that's not Dominion, that's Domin Brunch?
That's Domin Brunch, which we do most often. We do Domin Brunch if we're pandemic times, we do it every single weekend day. But we've been doing more Skippo Din, which there's no really good,
Skipped in. No, that gives the wrong
Skipped
impression.
in. Sometimes we'll do Dominion on a weekend. We'll do. I would say we'll do a brunch Dominion and then a Dominion for sure on a weekend. Totally.
Nice.
You know, it's all about having leisure time, right? Like, a weekday's too busy. It's too hectic. You don't have the brain space. You don't have the time to set up Dominion.
I get that.
It's prime time.
Mm-hmm. It's prime time, baby.
Yep. Well, nice, Ben. Great job, Ben.
Hannah, please.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You had some hours to consider.
Yes.
You were alerted at. Hold on. You were alerted at 2:42 p.m. that you would have to figure out what your obsession was. Were you successful?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Wow. Great news.
I didn't even have to force it. I had something that I just had to kind of dig out of my brain.
Hold on. I'm so sorry. Up front, how was your fucking bath, dude?
Oh, it was great. It was so great.
Okay.
I might take another one. And I got this is kind of unrelated, but those foot like mask things that are supposed to make your like foot skin peel off after a week. I bought I bought a pair of those.
Wait, I heard about these from somewhere else. Was it from
familiar
you?
with those, and I am horrified.
Was it from you on Marco Polo that I heard of this?
No.
Does it make
where the
your
fuck did
foot skin come
Oh,
off?
I heard about it on Freedom. Lauren Lapkus talked about it. It's like baby feet or something.
Yeah.
How much?
What the
of your
fuck
foot,
is this?
100% foot skin? No more foot skin.
No.
Fit into those smaller shoes with no foot skin.
Do you ever feel like your feet have a lot of old skin on them? Is that a sensation you're familiar with?
No, I have as much skin as I want. I don't want any less skin anywhere.
I hate this. I really hate the way this was described to me. I really didn't like it.
Question: do you think I could use these on my skin tags and they would go away?
No, it's not like that. It's not like acid.
Does it?
What?
Well, I was gonna ask if it dissolves your skin.
No.
It sounds like it's not.
It's like it's just like. Actually, it probably does have. I have them right here. This is not my obsession, but hold on. Let me get I can tell you what the active ingredients are. Hold on.
Now she's walking away during her obsession, Ben. Does that make you feel better?
That's good timing because I'm keeping Boo from eating the dried food on the ground next to his bowl. Kylie's bringing me new food in like a second, dude. Can you wait?
Why can't he eat that though? It's his.
It's old and gross.
He'll be
It's all dried
fine.
up. It's icky.
Foot peel mask.
So
No, I don't want that in my life.
water, alcohol, glycerin, lactic acid, aloe.
She just said it wasn't acid.
I did.
She said that. She fucking lied.
Butylene
to her
glycol, avocado extract, tea tree oil, and citric acid and glycolic acid and salicylic acid.
There's four acids in it.
Yes.
So you put it on your feet like socks.
Yeah.
Like a little, and you wear them nonstop for a week.
No. You. No. You soak your feet.
Inconvenient skincare routine ever.
You soak your feet.
I don't know.
Like for 10 minutes in hot water, and then you put the things on like socks, and you keep them in there for 60 to 90 minutes, and then you're supposed to like wash it off, and then for the next like 5 to 7 days, soak your feet again for like 10 minutes or so every day. And I've done it before, and like you do lose dead skin from your feet in like chunks. Bye, Moose. She doesn't like this either.
In chunks. And how do we know it's dead? Okay, so first you blanch your feet, and then you put your feet in the 4-acid marinade, and then you pat dry, and then you blanch your feet again. For the next week.
Yeah. Okay.
And then chunks of skin fall off your feet.
Yes. And at the end, after all of your skin comes off, the skin that's left is very soft. Like all the skin underneath the fresh skin.
Okay. All right.
So
all the skin
thank you.
underneath the fresh skin.
So that's none of that is my obsession. That's just a complete tangent.
But you had a good bath. You had a hot high bath.
Yes.
How is the high aspect dimension to it? Because that was an avenue you were interested in exploring.
It was great. It was a great bath. I watched something. I think I did watch the zombie show, and it was just really a very nice bath. Thank you for asking.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Please continue.
All right. So, on the subject of tattoos, I have also been thinking I would like to get a couple other plants on my body at different times. I get these ideas that will come to me like, oh, I want a fox in the snow, or like I want I want like an ice covered like some sort of plant like ice encrusted. Like I get these ideas and then I want to find inspiration images and I go searching for them. And so I was in one of those moods the other day and I was searching for nice illustrations of wood sorrel, which is a plant. It's an edible plant that's like a weed that like grows all over the place here.
Fucking everywhere.
Yeah. And I like it. I have like a sentimental connection to it because it used to grow all over our backyard in Wareham. Also because there was like we did like a foraging dinner party once with friends of ours, and like my contribution was like an entire salad of wood sorrel, which I loved. I found very delicious, and I still like eat it often when I see it. And also I think it's really cute because they have these little tiny seed pods on them that look like pea pods but miniaturized, and I think they're so fucking cute. So I was looking for illustrations.
They look like little butt clovers.
Yeah, did you say butt clovers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering if wood sorrel is in the same family as. I'm wondering if wood sorrel is in the same family as a redbud tree. Bear with me, because redbud trees have like little pea pods that taste very like lemony. I would say akin to wood sorrel. So
maybe. So I was looking for these illustrations, right? And I found some cute ones, but then as I was looking through, I came across the one that I just put in the chat, which you have to click through to see the actual illustration. But it's a wood sorrel fairy, so it's an illustration. It's a botanically accurate illustration of a variety of wood sorrel, and there's a little fairy child sitting next to it. And I thought it was just like the sweetest fucking thing I'd ever seen. So I went to the website that it came from, which is flowerfairies.com, and just started looking around. And I'm like fully obsessed with them. I think they're so fucking cute. And I want to tell you about them.
Oh. Yay.
Okay.
I was wondering because you changed your Slack image, and I recognize it as one of these images.
Yes. So this website, flowerfairies.com, seems to be run by Penguin Random House, the publishing company, but like the British, the UK branch of them or whatever. I don't know if that's their main branch. And it's all art based on artwork from an illustrator named Cicely Marie Barker, who passed away in like the 60s, I think. And she was just this like quiet, hardworking like illustrator she never married. She was kind of sickly when she was growing up. She had like childhood epilepsy, and so she spent a lot of time inside and like reading books and like looking at books and stuff. And she did like a correspondence art degree thing. Like she didn't go to school, but she got like an education in art and drawing. And then when she got older, she lived with her sister, and her sister ran a kindergarten out of their home. And so she would use the kids at the kindergarten as models for these works. So she would borrow or reference like actual plants from like the local whatever, like gardens, and then she would like sketch the children at like the scale of the plants, and make that into art that she then sold, and is like apparently like pretty ubiquitous across like many types of like notebooks, and like it's like it's kind of spread a lot since she first drew them. Another thing I learned is that there are a few, ones, but the main ones that were released while she was live were the fairies of the spring, the summer, and the autumn. And then the fairies of the winter, which does exist, was actually published posthumously after she passed away, using like gathered works that people found like in her estate, like her family found in her estate. And there were some other ones too that I don't know when they were published exactly, but I just love.
Did she also write the little poems with all of these?
I don't know if she wrote the poems or not. But I just like really would encourage, if you just need like a pick me up, just as like a human being, to just go visit this site and like look around at all the fairies and like find the ones that really speak to you. They have so much personality, each of them. I love how unique they all are. Like, I love, my favorite is the rose hip fairy, which is in the autumn. She's the one that I changed my profile picture to. She's got long brown hair and this like sackcloth dress, and she's got this like red like headband thing, and I probably relate to her because I wear my hair like not that dissimilar. And then she's got these like dark like butterfly wings, and she's just like sitting on a beach rose plant, like right on the thorny branch, just like chilling with it, one with the plant, and hanging out with all the rose hips, which I like because Ian and I have also forged rose hips before with his mom. So I'm from, like, a lot of these plants, even though they're all based on plants in the UK, they're not so different from plants in my region, which I think is another reason that I find them like so entrancing, because they're very accurate and they're just so pretty. So all that said,
which one?
Huh?
Which one is your favorite? Sorry.
The rose hip. I'll send a link to it.
The rose hip. Okay, I see her. Do you want to read the poem?
No, it actually has a slur in it.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. I read it earlier. It was not a slur at the time, but it has the G word. I consider, I know that Romani people consider it to be a slur today, so I don't want to read it. But I actually don't know if she wrote them or not. It doesn't credit anyone else in any of the ones that I saw, so I think she probably did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love them. And I think there's an artist I've mentioned before to you, Erin, that actually Chloe turned me on to, who I think could really do them justice with the way that she does her line art. And I'm still thinking I'm going to try to book with her while I'm down there for Thanksgiving. And I think I might try to get one of these or something inspired by these tattooed on to me.
The mulberry fairy is cute.
Send a link. I feel like there's at least one or two here that like anybody could just absolutely fall in love with.
I'm gonna read the poem just to kind of get a sense of. This is the mulberry fairy. I don't know if it has any slurs in it. I'll skip over them if so. Here we go around the mulberry bush. You remember the rhyme. Oh, yes. But which of you know how mulberries grow on the slender branches drooping low? Not many of you, I guess. Someone goes around the mulberry bush when no one's there to see. He takes the best, he leaves the rest. From top to toe, like a mulberry dressed. This fat little fairy's he. Dressed. I don't know that word.
Dressed.
Oh, dressed. Sorry, it's spelled D-R-E-S-T.
Mm-hmm. But I think it does mean
dressed. What does that
mean? Yeah, you're right. Verb obsolete, a simple past tense and past participle of dress.
The first book of these flower fairies came out in 1923, so that's the time period that we're talking about.
Whoa!
That's when people were still saying the G word.
Yeah, right. She did not know any better, but...
You mean gargantuan?
There are also actually individual coloring sheets on this page in the activities section, which I bet you can just print out for free. Yeah, you can. So that's another nice thing. If you're listening to this and you have a kid who might like to color some fairies, I mean, there's like quite a few of them. And there's spotter guides. Wow.
I'm going to read the Rosehip Fairy poem, but I'm just going to sub out the slur.
Okay.
Cool dewy morning, blue sky at noon, white mist at evening, and large yellow moon. Blackberries juicy for staining of lips, and scarlet, oh scarlet, the wild rose hips. Gay as a gay, all autumn long. Here on the hedge top, this is my song.
You like these poems?
Gay as a gay is a better line.
As a gay. I to be honest, I actually love hearing you read them, but I had not read pretty much any of them. I was like very drawn to the illustrations more so than the writing. But
I love a naturist poem.
Oh, the Jasmine Fairy is so cute. Her wings are so pretty.
Is that how the poem begins?
There's such a variety of I love the costuming of these fairies. I love how they match the plant that they are hanging out with. And I love the variety of types of wings that they have and stuff.
The White Clover Fairy is so cute.
I'll read the Jasmine Fairy one. I just sent the link. In the heat of summer days with sunshine all ablaze, here are cool green bowers, starry with jasmine flowers. Sweet-scented like a dream of fairyland they seem. And when the long hot day at length has worn away and twilight deepens till the darkness comes, then still the glimmering jasmine white gives fragrance to the night. That's nice. That's nice.
I have an update.
What?
In the website, it does not credit a writer. But in the Slack unfurling, it says written by Rob Harrison.
Oh, interesting. It sure does.
That's so interesting.
I mean, I have to say, everywhere that I have looked, I looked her up on Wikipedia, like, she's listed as an illustrator. So I was, that's why I was so unsure about whether she wrote these, because no one calls her a writer. But it's weird. It doesn't show up anywhere on the page.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Here's the White Clover Fairy poem. I think that's cute because, well, I'll read it and then say why. I'm little white clover, kind and clean. Look at my threefold leaves, so green. Hark to the buzzing of hungry bees. Give us your honey, Clover, please. Yes, little bees, and welcome too. My honey is good and meant for you. Which is great because clover is like a main source of food. I mean, food source for bees in the spring is a great food source for bees.
Like, I just want to paper a whole wall with these fairies. Like, I just want them, like, visible to me all the time. I just think they're so wonderful.
Can you order prints?
Yeah, probably. And you can definitely order the books. I probably will. I haven't yet, but
these are charming.
It's like a full-on
absolutely
cool.
charming.
Yeah, I love them. Everyone go check them out, please. Oh, they've got a dead nettle fairy. We had tons of those.
Flowers of the Wayside. I mean, how cute is that?
Yeah, and they're like all like, you know, the types of flowers you see along the side of the road. They're cool, and I do like whoever wrote the poems. I think they are good. Like, and they do to kind of.
I think it's Rob Harrison.
The dot is his middle name.
I'm gonna read the Wild Cherry Blossom because I love wild cherry blossoms.
Okay.
Or I love wild cherry trees. In April, when the woodland ways are all made glad and sweet, with primroses and violets new opened at your feet, look up and see a fairy tree with blossoms white and clusters light, all set on stalks so slender, with pinky leaves so tender. Oh, cherry tree, wild cherry tree, you lovely, lovely thing to see.
And we had 3 of those in our backyard too. I love those. I love that one. I downloaded that one. I just sent you the Strawberry Fairy. Very cute.
Wow.
Very, very cute.
Oh, that is cute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I like the Holly Fairy.
I really love the Wild Cherry Blossom Fairy. I love, you know what is also so wonderful about these beyond the fairies is, and I did mention they're botanically accurate, but they're also just beautifully rendered. Like they're if you have ever seen any of these plants in person before, you will recognize them instantly. They're like beautifully done. Like this illustration of wild cherry blossoms just brings me right back to my backyard in Wareham because we had so many of those trees.
There's a burb in the Winter Jasmine Fairy picture.
A burb?
There's a burb.
Send a link.
Why?
Because we don't know where that is.
It's on the Winter Jasmine Fairy
Okay,
picture.
so it's in the winter?
Jasmine Fairy.
Jasmine Fairy.
Okay.
It's the winter Jasmine Fairy.
Okay. Winter.
It's a little freaking baby with a bird next
I think
to
the
it.
winter fairies might be my favorite because they're so singular. I think it really captures the nature of like the winter and how barren so much of the landscape is.
Mm-hmm.
And then like these are the surviving plants, the hardy, doing what they're doing.
I really
the
like how the
groundsel,
snowdrop fairy looks like she's like so pleased to see this flower coming up through the snow.
I super love the groundsel fairy. I would get him tattooed on me in a heartbeat exactly as he is. I think he's so fucking cute. The one right next to her. Okay, which one is it? Winter Jasmine. Oh, there is a burb. Cute.
Where? I'm totally kidding. That was a joke. That wasn't coming. This strawberry fairy is like so. I just sent it to Sarah. It's like so perfect for Sarah. Did you read the poem?
Yeah, I did. It's really. We should read it out.
I'll read it out.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you read it out. Okay, you read it out.
Okay. A flower for S. Is Sunflower he? He's handsome, yes, but what of me? In my party suit of red and white, and a gift of fruit for the feast tonight. Strawberries small and wild and sweet for the queen and all of her court to eat.
I just feel like Sarah throws a strawberry fest every year. She is the queen. It is her court in my party suit.
Yeah.
For the feast tonight. I mean, it's just incredible.
I'm so glad that y'all are so as delighted with these as I was, because
Yeah.
I just love them. I don't know why they made this whole website for them exactly. Like, this is not something they do for every like illustrator's work, but I don't think. But I'm so happy it exists, and like seriously, everyone go check it out. It's friggin' cute as hell.
It's so cute.
Shoot! Wow, we've been recording forever. we need to pop into Erin, right? I was second. Erin, what's your?
Yeah.
We record for an hour and a half every week at least. Okay? All right. Let's make this episode longer by just like circling back to the run times of some recent episodes. I mean, we just go last week, hour 12. The week before, an hour 06. An hour 04. I'm really not proving my point. An hour 20. An hour 36. Okay? Okay. Well, I don't have a big one. And it's weird, and I can't tell you why, but have either of you seen the movie? Well, you probably have. It's an old-ass movie, and it was popular. The Big Short.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Great movie. Love that movie.
I've actually been thinking I want to rewatch it lately, but I know Kylie won't want to, so I have to find like 3 hours of time where I can do it myself.
Yeah, I'm into that movie. I've watched it a few I had to watch it a few times to like understand it. But I'm reading the book, and that's my obsession. I don't know why. I've been out of a reading phase. I have a ton of like great books that are totally in my zone. A lot of gay books I have accumulated for my collection in my library, and haven't felt like reading any of them. But I was like, man, I really want to read The Big Short, which is like just like a book. It's like a financial book. It's like a nonfiction, interesting story, but just like a really kind of almost a dense kind of read. But anyway, I've just been really into reading it. It's by Michael Lewis. He also wrote Moneyball, which was made into a movie with Brad Pitt, which I also like randomly had the urge to watch the other night, and I watched
like that
it.
movie a lot.
It's a great movie, and I'm gonna read the book afterwards. So I'm like in this weird Michael Lewis kick, and I can't tell you why or how, but I just am, and that's just where I am right now. So we're taking a break from our regularly scheduled like queer media programming to like randomly be reading and watching like this dude stuff, and then we'll get back to our normal queer content. So that's it. I'm reading The Big Short.
The full title is The Big Short Inside the Doomsday Machine, right?
Yeah. And the movie was The Big Short obviously was based off of that. So that's just been kind of fun to like track it back to the movie, my memory of the movie.
That movie
and stuff.
has such an insane cast.
Yeah, it really does. It's a good movie. It's good.
I should watch it.
That's a good movie.
Maybe I'll take
It's
a bath and
good.
watch The Big Short.
Yeah,
fucking
it's not like a
long, though.
bath relaxing movie.
Maybe I'll watch that tonight. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Truly, fuck it.
Can you tell us what it's about exactly?
Can you tell us what it's about?
You want me to tell you what it's about?
Or
Well,
not
it's
like
about
exactly, but like generally speaking.
Yeah, it's
Can
about
you even?
It's about the 2008 financial crisis. Big Short book synopsis. I'm going to read this to you.
Okay.
The Big Short describes several of the main players in the creation of the credit default swap market that sought to bet against the collateralized debt obligation parentheses CDO bubble, and thus ended up profiting from the financial crisis of 2007 through 2008. So, some light reading. Some me time. It is interesting, but a lot of it's just like, at one point it's like, dear reader, if you've made it this far, I commend you or something like that. It's just like a lot of like, stuff I don't know anything about and don't really care to. Yet here we are.
Fascinating. I wonder how this happened to you.
I don't know. I don't know. The mind is a wild
Oyster.
animal.
Yeah.
The mind is a wild oyster.
I have
So
this
true.
really intense memory of this guy who was like a real downer at my college in 2007. Before the like actual crash happened, he was like sitting on a bench in the middle of the quad at my school and telling us all basically exactly what was going to happen, because he just had read up on it, and he was like, there's this bubble, it's going to pop really soon, and it's going to like just tank the economy for years. And then like we all kind of, he was kind of a doomer in general, so we kind of like rolled our eyes at him and like went on with our lives. And then like a year later, everything he said happened, and like I still think about him frequently. Like,
Yeah.
like, what else should I have listened to him about? What's he saying today? Like, I don't know.
I think an interesting, a compelling aspect of this story in particular is that several of the players involved. So it's like there was a handful of people who saw that this bubble was coming. Maybe 2 to 3 years before it actually happened. And at that time, it was like the housing market was like the bedrock of the American economy, and it was like there's no like that was like insane, right? Like you could doubt anything, but like not the housing the housing market, and so but the kind of the personalities of the people who saw this coming. They're obviously like extremely smart people, but also kind of like eccentric people or like go against the grain kind of people. And I think that's really a compelling point of the aspect of the movie. And it's also what's really interesting is like they are real people. And so reading about them in the book, and like they are even more so in the book. Like there's additional like anecdotes where you're like, wow, these are real people. And the movie's really fun. Because it's obviously this is like a kind of a dense topic, but they add a lot of really fun elements to kind of try to explain it to you in the movie. And then they'll also break the fourth wall a ton in the movie. And I think what made me interested in the book is like something crazy happened, and like Ryan Gosling turns to the camera and says, that really happened. He was in that meeting. He raised his hand. He said that. He took the phone call. He walked out. Like it was like, I've also been watching clips of the movie on YouTube. So anyway.
Adam McKay directed it, right?
Oh,
I think that's right. Yeah.
He's a good director. He's an executive producer on Succession, which Jeremy Strong is also in. That's actually why I wanted
that's
to
right.
why I wanted to.
Ronnie Jeremy
That's why I wanted to rewatch it, is because I
Yes.
remember Jeremy Strong was in it, and I was like,
Yes.
I love Jeremy Strong now.
Jeremy Strong as Jeremy Strong. Like Jeremy Strong as Kendall Roy, like is in The Big Short. But he's like really good at that character.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
great.
Yeah,
He's such a.
The Big Short's a good movie.
I'm gonna
Let's all watch
it
The
right
Big
now.
Short
I'm gonna
tonight.
watch it
Yeah,
right now.
Watch it.
Right. I've already started it. I'm watching it on my phone right now.
Did you know he's from Boston?
I did. Like Spindrift. He's from Spindrift, actually.
I knew Spindrift was from Boston already, so we both came to the table with knowledge. That,
What other famous people are from Boston? Conan O'Brien.
Spindrift.
He's from Brookline, in fact.
I don't care about this.
All right. Well, then
Maybe you could bring your tattoo artist Conan O'Brien.
BJ Novak and what's his name? John Krasinski. Both from Newton, went to high school together.
Oh,
Pretty cool, huh?
Aaron.
Aaron,
Okay.
pretty cool. Aaron, that's
Let's
pretty
do
cool, huh?
homework. Ben, what's your homework?
Get Valeria Card Kingdoms. And get
Card
Darksworn if you like the base game.
That was so loud.
Fuck.
Boo!
Jesus.
Okay, sorry.
And my Twitter is Disco Greg. My Twitch is... No, sorry. My Twitter is Night Sleeper with Ben. My Twitch is Disco Greg. Bye.
Nice.
Hannah, is your headache gone now? I feel like that probably did it.
My homework is go to flowerfairies.com and find your favorite fairy and send us an email and send us a link to it and tell us what you like about it. Tell us why you connect with it. And my Twitter and Instagram are both Anthropology, and my TikTok is Hannah and her cats. I actually posted a TikTok that has a few of my favorites of the flower fairies. If you want to go there, you can see like the ones I handpicked that I really love, some of which we've mentioned on this episode. So that's something to look out for. Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is, if you're interested, watch The Big Short, the movie, read The Big Short, the book, watch Moneyball, the movie, and probably read Moneyball, the book. That's probably this next in the cards for me. Be gay as a gay. All right, that's all.
If you want to call us, leave us a voicemail to tell us your favorite fairy. You can do that or text us at 774-326-0420.
Blaze
What is
it.
it?
Don't please it. We're on Twitter at WayTooBroadPod. We're on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com with a link to your favorite fairy. If you missed any of that, you can find all of our contact stuff at our website at WayTooBroad.com or WayTooBod.com or nameyourselfjame.com for anything you want. EarnBen.com for anything you need. MaxFun.org for a sweet dog on a boat and a taste of summer that's just it's closer than ever at this point. We're having a snowstorm tomorrow. Download
65 degrees today. Are we really?
Yeah, we're having a snowstorm tomorrow night. Yeah. Check out Friends of the Chaos on Bandcamp, friendsofthechaos.bandcamp.com. That's right. Eamon has rebranded and is now Friends of the Chaos. They wrote our theme song, and actually the link in the bio now goes directly to the song. You can buy it from them as a single. So do that. And it's supposed to be on streaming platforms soon. So if you search WayTooBroad, wherever you listen to this, if they also have music, you may also find the song in its entirety at some point soon. So very exciting stuff. So that's it. So thanks for listening. We love you.
We love you.
Have a good week.
Have a good week.
The podcast candle is now extinguished.
Indistinguishable.
Bye.
Bye.
Touch silent and then the band and the night of the fine nine and then the band and the night. Touch silent and then the band and the band and the night of the fine Dixie. No, it's way too broad.